Hey guys, it's me Mohammed here, and I wanted to start a series of evidence of massive fraud and scam that has been committed by Pitchground against the lifetime deals community. As you guys know, I had a page which was dedicated to that, which had listed all the deals, and the page was connected to another profile that I used for businesses. So what I'm gonna do is that page was taken down by Facebook. So then I wanted to move on with my life. I forgot about Pitchground. I haven't even talked about them for months until I saw some drama yesterday. And it was a developer who was having a problem, and people were like, what are you doing? Why are you refunding? And so what I'm gonna do is, for a minute, I'm gonna share this video into another page, into another group. So I'm not gonna say the name of the group or anything. I'll just share this video so that I can make sure that they can see this. And I will share the story of the victims that have been scammed by Pitchground. That's it. All I need to do is evidence, because I don't want to say it's me. It's not about me. This story is not about me. It's about everyone who has been scammed. And all I'm doing, I'll share the victim stories. I'll share the victim stories. And this is going to be the place. I'll just make a post right now to say that I'll be addressing, right, all evidence of Udit and Pitchground scams on this page, right? So this is because I want to make sure that everybody sees this for themselves. So I'm not gonna put in a group where people are gonna delete the post, or I want to make sure that the evidences are clear and they're public. There's nothing to hide here. I don't like I don't want to be victimized by scammers. So I'll tag the owner, and I'm live here. And so what I'm gonna do is, right? Excellent. So I'll also post this to somebody, to another group quickly. Exactly. So here we go. Let me double check if the page is now showing that I'm live here. And this is going to be very interesting, because I didn't want to waste a lot of time with them. But yeah, because when I do a page, it's very different. Okay guys, thank you so much. Now I see that there are people joining, and everything's good here. So I'll be addressing everything. I'll go one by one, part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay, let me just go back here. All right, so now that I shared all the places I wanted to share to address this issue, the way I talk is I don't talk. And I don't write. And I don't use VA to write nasty stuff. I don't get 10 VAs, virtual assistants, to try to do things. I could do that, definitely, you all know that. But I'm not like that. I like to present things myself. If I make a claim, I like to present it myself. If I have an evidence, I like to show it myself. So whatever happened between me and Udit, it's pure scam. Everybody knows that. There have been many other victims, but in this case, what I'm going to focus is the other victims, because he said, she said doesn't work. What works is real screenshots coming from the groups, every group with the name of the person, their profile, their information being shared publicly, right? To show that they have been, because this is a public story, they share these stories. It's a public story, right? They share them and say, this is how I've been victimized. I'm gonna start with the first victim today. And I want you guys to pay attention, because I want it to be fair in this case. Here is what I'll tell you. Me doing this is very, very risky for me. I know that. I'm putting my personal life on the line, because I know that they can attack me, they can attack my business, they can do this. I am up and ready for it. I just want that to make that clear. Scammers need to be stopped. I move into different groups to see what people talk about. And since the beginning of Pitchground, I have been seeing victim after victim after victim with no help. I refuse to promote them since the beginning. Aaron Boss, again, when I say I refuse, I'll show you Aaron Boss, who was working at the time, which got scammed, by the way, by Udit himself, and was also asking me to promote them, and I said no for a long time, until people say, well, they have improved. And that's what some of you are saying. The mistake you're making is, oh, Udit has changed, he has improved, he's not like before, right? He's getting better. Please give him a chance. That's exactly what people were saying. And the truth is, Udit will never change. When I do a research, I'm going to go all the way back to what he did and bring all the evidences together, because they're all public knowledge. There's nothing you can hide. If somebody is a scammer, you can't hide that, because people will talk. People will go if you're a victim, you go and talk about it, right? Now here is what I'll tell you. I'll put my story last. I'll start with the screenshots and the evidence from the victims of the scams of Udit. Story number one. Let's start with this one. You all know, when people talk, there's a need for integrity. Integrity means when you say your word, people need to rely on it. I have personally fought against, people who are oppressing people who are kicking people out of the groups. I don't like that stuff, and I know it's in my nature. God created me like that. I can't stop it. I can't help it. If people feel like, oh, why are you care? Just move on with your life. This is childish. That's wrong. If you're buying from a scammer, you are also helping a scam. You are a scam yourself. I'll tell you that. Why? In this day and age, we're in a global community. We're in a digital community. If you send me money, I can create stories and steal your money easily. You buy something from me, I can decide not to sell anything. The way the internet works is the honest review of people dealing with people. Okay? The honest review of people dealing with people. When you read those reviews and see their reaction when they're being victimized, and you read that, and you go ahead and still do business with that same guy, it just says more about you than them, to be honest. And for me, enough evidence is there to say that Udit, it's a scammer, Pitchground is a scam, and whatever he's running is a shamble scam. Pure and simple. Evidence, step number one. I'll be making a video every single day. I wanted to move on with my life, right? I forgot about this whole thing. And I wanted to, just because the page was deleted by Facebook when they removed my other profile. I didn't realize I didn't have, 2 admins, 3 admins there. It was only me. So the Facebook policy is, if you have 2 profiles, which Udit says I scam Facebook, what a claim, is that my other profile got removed and the page got removed. But today, he gave me the energy to revive it and to present the evidence, this time really, with podcast, with a video. I'll make a video every day, post on YouTube, post on the page, post on website. Make sure that this evidence is clearly there. After this, if you keep doing business with, Pitchground, your choice. You choose to support a scammer. That's exactly what I'll tell you. Okay, let me, exactly. So let's go here. Let's go here. I'll show the first evidence of today's story. Okay, let's switch the screen. I have a lot of things on my screen, so I'm gonna share the first one. A screenshot by one of the victims. There we go. This guy here, I want to make it big so that you guys can see it. I hope this is very clear for everyone. So that's Nitesh Manav. A lot of you guys know who that is. Okay? And I posted that as a post. You can all read it on the page. He says, who needs a doctor on how to deal with a human like Udit Goenka? I was fortunate to not have encountered a person like him before, so never needed to write a post like this. But anyways, more than a month ago, on 6th December 2018, I wrote a post in Funnel Bake group. Again, I want you guys to know that Funnel Bake, can you see the page? Zoom it? Oh, okay. I'll zoom it. It's also on the page. I actually shared, let me see if we can zoom it further. Maybe I have to zoom the whole screen, because this one, I wanted to share big. Again, I posted it before I made sure that, you know, I went live. So let me go back here and zoom it. Let me see here. There's a lot of evidence. All I'm gonna present is screenshots, not from me, just from the victims, okay? From the victims. Let's go here, and I will try to make it bigger. That's, I think, as far as it goes, because it was a narrow screenshot. If I make it bigger, I think it goes, hopefully that's zoomed enough. Okay, zoom it. That's right, I found it. Okay, perfect. So let's go here and make it bigger, as far as it goes. Good. Well, there we go. I hope that's good enough now. All right. Yep, so this is it, right? On December 18th, this is what he says. More than a month on December 6th. Okay, more than a month on December 6th, 2018. I wrote a post in Funnel Bake group, which Udit didn't like and responded weirdly with personal attacks. Now, I want you to know, when it comes to personal attacks, who does that? Udit. I don't do personal attacks. You will never see me do that to any other person anywhere else across the groups. I am not that person. I'm more responsible that I have never personally attacked individuals one by one, just like that. You know what? Sometimes I'll be like, you're not fair. That's all I can say. But personal attacks, try to say shit, right? And you can see, you will find the discussion about this in this group somewhere. Now, before I even go ahead, the question is, what was a funnel bake? Funnel bake was a product developed by, guess who? Udit. And it was a scammy product. What happened to people? Their money was taken. It was taken completely. The money is gone. And nobody refunded them. And today that product is gone. That is the first evidence you need to know that if somebody could come and launch a deal, call it lifetime deal, and you know Pitchground was launched in 2018, we're not even 2 years into it. Based on this, you should never be doing business with Udit. Just based on this. Because a scammer comes, dumps garbage into people's space, you know, lies to them, hypes them up, sells to them, and says, buy. And then the next day, all you see is that it's gone. It's gone. So what did he make? A lot of money. It was his own product. No commissions to pay to anybody else. You know, that's his own money. And what did he do? That's it. Where are the victims? People who complained, what happened to them? This guy is well respected. Go tell me Nitesh is my color, my religion, my race. No. What do we have in common? We're both victims of Udit. In one case, he was actually at this point complaining about the software. But at this point, he lost his investment also. Is he from my background? Is he from my color? Is he from religion? Is he a business competition with Udit? No. I want you to think about that. When the pain of one human being is just one human being is being abused in front of us, and you are there happily buying from this guy every single day, then it says more about you than it says about Udit. I'm just being honest here. Anyone who tries to side with him when he's doing this to people, customers who paid him, and personally attacks them, you will see that. Is it Muhammad Ali wrote this? You want to see this post? Go to Martech Facebook group and check Nitesh and Funnel Bake together, and you will find that post inside that place. Okay? And I want you guys to be clear that what we are doing here is a community service. I'm putting my name on the line. He's going screenshotting my website, going there, trying to do this, harassing me every single day. He tried. It's not gonna work. It only gives me more energy to create a podcast out of this, to create YouTube channel out of this, and if there is anything that comes out of it, I'm gonna donate back to all the victims here. I don't care. I'll make a revenue out of this if that's what he wants me to do. I tried to move on. I tried to actually not revive that page, but he gave me the energy to do it, and it's gonna backfire, because this time round I will spend time explaining what Udit does and how he scams people, right? I'll continue with the post, but I want you to think about it. The pain of this guy who paid money on January 18, 2019, which is just, last year, Ask him today what he thinks about Udit. He comes from India. He's from the same background, right? Yet he got scammed. Udit doesn't care about your culture, your religion, your background. He cares about your money and how he can steal it, right? So if Muhammad Ali is here to compete with him, to say anything negative about him, Muhammad Ali would have been doing that long time ago, because I was in the LTD space long before Udit came, long before he knew about LTD. And I was not interested. The only reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now is that I see the affiliates being abused. He stole their money every single day. I can tell you people who are hurting. I know that people who are making affiliate commissions are doing way better after we started digital thing, because they're getting paid, right? It's fair, everything is transparent, nothing is being hidden. You can never compare two people, two personalities. One who decides to steal your money. If somebody comes, one single person comes forward and says, Muhammad took my money and never paid for my service, I would like to see that, because that has never ever happened. And it's not even my nature to do that. But I want you guys to know, when you see people like this, right, bring evidence that I'm a scammer. This is your evidence. He's using so Alston, the way you run this morning, whatever you did, it's terrible wrong. This is why I'm bringing it to this page, because I want people to see. I don't want people to be using those dramas to create the group more popular. I understand that. That's a human nature. But the fact is, I'm going to build this page again to bring it back to 10 times the traffic it was. Why? Because this needs evidence collection. It doesn't need one making post made by the scammer himself. He blocked me. I couldn't respond. Alston had to convince him to unblock me so I can respond. He blocks all his victims. Go ask Nitesh if he can find Udit's, because every time he sees their name, he knows he victimized them and he cannot sleep. He knows that. So what does he do? To overcome that, he blocks all of them. He blocks anyone he feels is about to expose them. It's about to show who they are. And I want you to know, I'll talk about the next story. When I finish this, I'll talk about the next story, which is how even yesterday the funnel story ended. I will expose all the screenshots, the complaints that the guy came. He's also a victim. I'll tell you that right now. People who are going wrong and hard on him, I will show you all the evidence today. And I will show you that I'm the one among the groups, among the admin panel. I'm the one who said, do not do that to the clients. Do not do that. But the guy was very upset because Udit did something in the background. The screenshot he shows that says that, oh, you're going to get paid. Send us invoice. Send us invoice. No, he was supposed to pay him 2 weeks ago. He didn't pay, or more than a week ago. Probably, actually 2 weeks ago. I can say that because today is 11th. It was supposed to be paid on the 28th. When he was calling him, talking to him, the moment that guy said, please end my deal on your website, Udit started panicking. Hey, send us 1, send us invoice 2, send us invoice 3, send us invoice 4. Why did he not pay him as agreed on the date that he said he will pay? He did not pay him. He wanted to scam him. And I will show you another developer right now who's on AppSumo, because I will show you the words he said this morning, that he ran away. I have all developers' stories. They share with me. I will ask for their permission, all of them, one by one, to share their screenshots. Right? Look at this. Once I responded to his false claims about me with the screenshots and facts, he soon deleted the whole post. You see here? To this morning, he made a post. He will edit, he will change, he will delete, he will manipulate. That's what Uri does. And DM me on Messenger that he doesn't want to be associated with Funnelbake in any way, and asking my Funnelbake order ID to make refunds. You see that? He will do that. But do you think he's going to refund? Watch this. To honor what he wants, I left his group and gave him back 2 Funnelbake codes. Since it was direct purchase through bank account, so he manually sent me 2 Facebook codes through email. So it had no order ID and I never redeemed it, so that he can revoke it. Check screenshots. The guy will provide all the evidence. Based on my old experience, I had a doubt that it will take a lot of time for the refund, but thought since he himself wants the refund for me, it may happen faster this time. Look at what this guy says. Based on my experience, I had a doubt that it will take a long time for the refund, but thought since he himself wants the refund for me, it may happen faster this time. Well, I was wrong. I reminded him after 2 weeks,
but didn't get a response or refund. Later I noticed he isn't reading my DM anymore. You see, he knows how to take your money. He will never come to give it back to you. Just Udit, scammer. I casually reminded him once again on December 26th in a mutual group where I noticed him active. Of course, I know which the group he's talking about. In spite of processing the refund, he responded to write a formal email to ask for the refund. You see again, he just lengthens the process. This was weird since it was a very clear and simple issue. Since the refund was initiated directly by him, there was no email refund. So if you don't want somebody to be your customer and you're asking them, I want to give you your money back, why are you playing again? Why are you playing this hard to catch, hard to get? That is nature. You cannot change Udit's behavior. He's like that. He will always remain like that. He will always be a scam. His young man who used to do presentations for him, although wanted to live on a good note, I'm pretty sure left because he wasn't paid for months and months. I know how Udit works. Anyways, and I will show you screenshots of his own employees who said they have not been paid for months, and I have the evidence. Anyways, I had no mood to make things complex, so followed what he said. To keep things non-chaotic, I wrote email to support@funnelbake.com. Again, everybody who bought that product was scammed. The product was owned by Udit. Let's not forget that. Since it was personal thing, nothing much to do with Funnelbake support team. Hence, I made it clear to the support to forward this email directly to Udit. So, just so you know, Udit also was scamming the support team because he was also selling directly, because he was making a partnership with somebody else probably, and the reason why it's out of business is because he scammed them. He was also selling on the side to people. You can see the evidence. He was selling to people on the side, not on the platform. No invoice, nothing. He was like, you know what? Can you send the money to my bank account? You can see that evidence. He scams his own friends, his own partners. You know, following no response, I also wrote an email to Udit directly at udit@pitchground.com. I know this issue had nothing to do with Pitchground, but this was the only direct email I had of Udit. Following no refund or update after waiting for a month, and even after repeated reminder, I again wrote an email on 7th January on both the email. Finally, I got a response from someone, Oscar, from Funnelbake, saying he has forwarded the email to Udit directly on 10th January. Check screenshot. You see, this is part one of this story. I'm going to continue with the screenshot of the second part. Let me go to the next section. Thank you guys for watching this. Okay. Exactly. He's a scammer, big scammer. And I'll continue to show the other part of the story. Okay. So now let's go ahead and share this part. Okay. This was the story where we were waiting. Again, this is going to be tricky, so let's make this bigger. That's what he does. He's a big scam. That's all he does. I hope I can see where to. That showed up a little bit early on. And I will share with you guys. Yes, this is 3-part story, okay? And it's going to be very interesting that when we go here, I want to make sure it was. Computer shows zooming in and out. I want to show that. Show 1 second. And by the way, because Facebook deactivated my account, so that evidence is gone. The good news is that they send me all the evidence back again, so which I can continue to show to you guys. Okay, so this is zooming in. Good. Oh, that was the first one? Okay. Yeah, this is going to be now. We can zoom in. Okay, perfect. So I'll show. Okay, so I thank him, ask him to update me once Udit completes the refund. It's been 8 days again since yet no response. Cut today. I noticed Udit live a mutual group. So he was live in a mutual group. So again, I tried to remind him while keeping things low so that it couldn't create any chaos. I hope you guys understand that's not easy to remain calm after waiting so long. But I literally didn't want to indulge in calling him out in public for all this. In spite of all resolving this blatantly simple issue, he again started asking for email reference ID as if he doesn't know what I'm talking about. He also again started attacking me. Look this. I want you guys to know this. He also started attacking me on personally saying, I need to see the doctor and all. So listen to this. Now the customer of Udit who bought his tool, which he scammed his friends by asking for drug purchase through his bank account, who had problem, who explained himself that the system is not working or something, and then Udit is attacking him. Again is saying he attacked him personally, saying he needed to see a doctor. This is funny. Now Udit is saying this guy needs to see a doctor. What this means is the guy is crazy for asking for his money. So according to Udit, if you speak, you are crazy or a scammer or any other name he needs to bring up. Okay? I'm not talking for myself. I'm talking for the victims. And this screenshot has never been, nobody took it to the media to this level. The reason is because this was meant to be him trying to come back. And I will address the funnel AI story because I want to bring the developer on this interview so that he can address the issue really clearly. Because he's a victim. A lot of you guys were hard on him, and I want to show you who he's dealing with. He's dealing with someone who attacks personally, who doesn't care about customer service, who scams people, who doesn't want to refund them, and even to prove everything all, the funnel bake thing that was sold to hundreds of people, thousands of people, today vanished within 2 years. And that was Udit's product. So tell me how you want to tell me someone is going to run a platform where he's selling software, where his own software he sold to people on the same platform does not work anymore. Exactly. How are you trying to buy from him? How are you trying to tell me there's two sides to every story? There's no two sides to every story. There is 100 sides of the story and one side of the story. So which one are you going to go with? 100 sides of the story. There's hundreds of customers who have been victimized. And all I'm doing is grab the screenshot and share with you guys and read in front of you and share. And this is what I want you to know. On the internet, the only way to protect ourselves is through reviews, through sharing experience. Why is this guy doing? So he wants to make sure no one gets scammed by Udit. And because he can talk too much, because he has 100 VAs whom he pays $150 a month, right? He knows how to lie to them. Keeps them waiting for 3 months without pay. I had a situation where one said his salary was $150 and he wasn't paid for 3-4 months up to now. 6 months, somebody said Udit didn't pay them, right? Personally saying I need to see the doctor. While I have full empathy for him, but I'm unable to understand this, and I may need to see a doctor, understand a guy like him. That's exactly what the guy said. This is very funny at that point. He said, I need to see a doctor to understand a guy like him. That's true, because he keeps you crazy. He's trying to hype things up, show up, play victim. All of a sudden, he wants people to see a doctor. You will see a doctor for what? The guy says, I have to see a doctor to understand this guy. Not because I have a problem. Because no one in their right mind will do stuff like this, right? So he said, my license isn't revoked yet. Now the thing is, I never use these codes, and I've already returned him these codes to revoke, as he himself asked me to leave his business account group. Then how come I know what did with the code? So all I'm doing is waiting for the refund for more than 6 weeks. He said, if I send an email, I must get a ticket number. First of all, this is a very simple issue and there was no need of an email and all. Still, I sent the email and there was no support ticket number. I noticed that Facebook, I want you guys to understand that. Let me respond to this. Exactly. Gijo, you need to understand. I just contacted the guy in the screenshot. Everyone feel free to check. See? Right now he's like, running around. You know what? You are a scammer, Udit. Everyone knows that. You can never hide from this. And you cannot address it in 2020. This has happened in 2018 December. Okay? You can't address it. You can't ask the guy, please, this guy is using your screenshot against me, blah, 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 and then run around. And this you brought on yourself. You're a scammer, brother. Why is it that every person on this planet is complaining about you? Why? Why can't you just be decent enough to deal with humans, right? I'm gonna go ahead and share the rest of the story. Udit is here. You guys can watch it. I love that. I love that he's here. How have you ever had a similar experience with any founder? Max, how long have you waited for some refunds? Feel free to criticize me as well if there could be a better way to deal with this refund. Right? Such a beautiful and amazing guy. He puts up all the screenshots right there, shares them all the inbox, all the funnel big scam. Now, the question is, if that's your answer, look at him, just running around. Look at you right now, okay? If you are trying to tell the guy you refunded him and everything is that, let's say you refunded him because he made that post. You did, because he made that post. You didn't want to refund him. But here's the thing. God tell him to delete because this is permanent screenshot with me. It's gonna be there forever. You can do whatever you want. You can try. I just contacted the guy in this screenshot. No, you don't need to contact the guy in this screenshot. Go check Martech Facebook group and search his name with funnel bake and you will find that post is right there. You contacted him because you could not stand that post. He had to make that post to get his money back. Look at what you did. You brought a product you knew was fake and a scam. You brought that product, scam. You sold it to people, scam. You badmouth people when it doesn't work. You personally attack. They have to, you ask them, I'm gonna refund you. Let me see. And then you don't refund them. What an idiot. Idiot. You don't understand, right? It's an idiot. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So I want to tell you that's part one of today's story. All I will do, guys, to be fair to Udi, I like the way he posted his stuff. No problem, right? It's not about me anymore. I'm not going to talk about what he did to me. What he did to me is on the internet, everywhere. It's on Trustpilot. Go check the reviews. On Trustpilot, he bought the reviews. All of them are fake. You can tell the language of LTD people from fake reviews. Go to the negative star. He tried to fight and spend money trying to ask Trustpilot to remove that. The 1-star review, if you go there, my story is fully loaded there with all the evidence and the screenshots and everything. You don't believe me? You don't believe this guy who just has been a victim of this guy? Well, there's nothing we can do for you. What I'm gonna do is every single day, because this is good. I actually lost this page. Facebook took it out, it was gone. Because my profile, Facebook does not allow people to have 2 profiles, which I had. Okay, I'm gonna have another one soon. It's gonna come back, there's no doubt about it. You can report Udit, I know you reported it. Not a problem, what is Facebook to me, okay? All they do, exactly. All they do is remove the information. But brother, do you know what they do? They give you download the entire page. I don't have to rewrite the posts. I don't have to redo the screenshots. It's just a matter of uploading them. Yeah, and it will be there within 24 hours. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna present the evidence one by one because I work with lawyers and I understand how things work. I don't go pitching around like you do, calling people names, which is exactly the evidence I just presented. What I'm gonna do is present the evidence of every single victim and interview your own victims actually on this show. You gave me a show, you gave me a platform to bring back and show the community how you scammed everyone, including Funnel. You scammed Funnel, we know that. You lied to them and told them that you sold convert pages, $300,000. We know that you are scamming, you're lying about that. You lied to them and told them that you will have crazy sales, that within 1 hour, and I have the screenshots, within 1 hour of going live, you will sell $100,000. We have the screenshots. Yes. When you lie to developers, the other one is listener. Right now it's on AppSumo. Guys, check this out. Okay, I want you to know this. There's a reason why this is. You need to know there are 2 types of developers. One, they just see what's happening. They keep quiet, shut their mouth, move on. People are like that. Some will be giving you, like, you know what, I don't care. I don't want Udit's customers on. Again, to some extent, if you did not know that Udit is a scammer and you bought from him, I feel sorry for you. But if you know Udit sells scammy stuff and you're buying from him, I don't feel bad for you. Why? Because you know you're dealing with a scammer. You're dealing with a scammer. All the deals that he brings are not vetted. Terrible deals. Where they vet them, no, where likely some products come when they're already done well. Like I'm gonna admit, Virus Guy was a good deal. That was on Stack Social. And it was a good deal because the guys already did the job, they did their vetting, because it was on Stack Social. That's why he used to get deals from Stack Social, right? So when he, see who he brings with him? Minan Minanku, who's trying, you see Minan Minanku is a VA who works for, he's a tag dog for Udit, and he gets paid $150 to do all of this work. Bro, if you want a future, do not identify yourself with a scammer. People are taking note. What I'm presenting is history. What I'm presenting is evidence. And I'm showing people the real truth to this story. I'm showing people the scam behind Pitchground. And I'm very passionate about dealing with scammers and standing up to people who scam people. You will not want me to deal with you, okay? You don't want me to deal with you. Udit, if you are good enough, stop. Yeah. Yes, you are a VA, brother. We know that you know your salary is $150, and you haven't been paid for 6 months. We all know that. That's a different story. If you want to have a future, go back and stop doing what you're doing. Go make your posts and do your interviews, right? So the next thing I want to do, guys, is to present the evidence one by one. Today we had the story of one person which summarized every single thing you need to know about Udit. The story exactly the story of a well-respected guy. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. That guy, and you all know I'm talking about, is very well respected. Okay, Nitesh Manav. I have a lot of respect for this guy. And you guys know he's very decent human being. He does his work very well. You never see somebody, complaining about him. And this is him writing essay about why Udit scammed him, how he scammed him, all of that. All in one, right? Yes, I am here to show the evidence of all the victims. I will never even go to my story. My story does not matter because it will be who said, she said, I said, all that stuff. My story is going to be the last story. We're going to have part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, right? Yeah, he got refund. We know that. Why? Because he made that post. And after he got, that's what he's saying. And he got refund because he made a post showing and exposing what Udit and Pitchground do. That's it. So here's what I'll tell you. Scammers need to be stopped. How do you do? Yesterday was, it was Nitesh Manav who got scammed, right? One day it was me, other day was Craig, every day was somebody else, every day was somebody else. And I'm not gonna end it there. I'll just continue to share the screen. But the question is, what happened to Funnel Bake? That was your product. Why did hundreds and hundreds of people, I'm gonna come to catch later, that's your other product. Every single product he launched himself on his own platform that he owned is gone, disappeared. People paid $40,000, $100,000, whatever it was, whatever money was paid, he all ate, took it, disappeared with it, right? That shows who Udit is. That should show you today that there is no, it's between me and Muhammad Ali. No, it's not about me. It's about the victims of scam by Udit. If you are still buying from him, guess what you're doing? You're seeing what happened to someone like Nitesh, who bought a product. All he did was, please, can the product work? We have a problem. The next thing he's getting is personal attacks. The third thing is asked to get a refund. The fourth thing, he does not get a refund for a month, going back and forth. The fifth thing we see from there is that Udit sells codes on the site if he owns the product and hides from the developers. is a scammer. The fifth thing we see from there is that when attacked, he will dispatch his virtual assistant who is actually commenting on this post. I'm not going to delete his comments because I want history to judge for himself, that later on today when he goes somewhere, people will say you used to work for that scammer, and your resume will be attached to a scam, right? If you're buying, exactly, right? Yes, right? So we are going to continue to share this story, and I will show you they don't understand how I work. Exactly. So somebody's saying, I was abandoned by a company called Adilo. They didn't, it took a Facebook review to them to respond and refund. So refund doesn't make things right. The experience before that is still there. Exactly, Gijo said it. Exactly, Gijo said it. Yes, Gijo said exactly, right? I have beautiful businesses. I have time to fight scams. When you are struggling to make your VA salary, you don't have time for this. I get that. But when I have my beautiful offices here, right? I have no problem. I'm enjoying my life, no problem. Don't worry about me. You know, I have time. And as we speak, we're selling way better than you guys. There's no doubt about that. Why? Because people work on trust. They trust me. They understand what I bring is good deal. Nothing, you know, is terrible. And I started bringing deals because you made me do that. I had no time to do it. I had no interest in doing it. And that's why our developers handle their own payments. They don't have to worry about somebody getting scammed. They're paying their own affiliates. Affiliates are paid. Not a single affiliate complained about any of the products that we bring, right? Because it's the developer who cares about his products and his customers, dealing with them directly, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Why are you even in the middle? You're freaking selling everything in a group. Who can't make a group? If you're selling, what is it that you bring? There's no experience. Now let me tell you that you are selling scam. You cannot bring sales to developers. We all know that. If you're man enough, go share the sales that you made for a specific product. There's one product that you made a claim for, okay? That was customarily. You said that you sold $160,000. You said that to me. I have your screenshot. Guess what? They did not say it was $160,000. They say it was $80,000. And guess what? They say they were not paid, and we have the screenshot from their website. The developer saying they did not get paid. Right? I'm being. See, all I'm gonna do. You did the work for me. Thank you so much for giving me the energy to come back to you and show you a little bit about what you do. And it's a screenshot after screenshot after screenshot. And it will continue. Today we took the story of one of the victims of Pitchground. We showed the true story, right? We showed exactly the story of how audit works. Bring fake product to the people. Scam them by selling that. That's the first scam. At least he got refunded. I'm so happy for him because there's so many victims of funnel bake. All I want to do is collect the evidence from the victims. If you do not refund every single person who bought Catch a Letter, if you do not refund every single person who bought funnel bake, if you do not refund every person whom you scammed, this is going to be after you. And Pitchground will be gone forever because I will not stop. Thank you for reminding me about your scams today, because I honestly didn't do any update on that page for like 3, 4, 5 months. I forgot about it. You know, sometimes I get busy and then I forgot. Maybe, you know what? Yeah, the page is gone. Yeah, I don't have time. Maybe I'll do it another time. But it was ranking so high, so well. People were actually finding the story and turning away from Pitchground. And now it's going to be back stronger, this time with presentations and video and strong shots. And guess who is responsible for that? Udit. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it.